Ken Trahan with Lenny Vangilder. It's our First NBC Bank weekend preview brought to you by First NBC Bank, now with 39 locations throughout Southeast Louisiana and into the Florida Panhandle. That's First NBC Bank, proud sponsor of SportsNOLA.com. The Saints embark on their second preseason game Saturday night at Houston against the Texans after working with the Texans for a couple of days. And, Lenny, I suppose we'll see starters a little bit more, but again, I wouldn't get too excited about it. It seems that year to year, starters' playing time in the preseason gets reduced more and more.
It does, and I mean, you think about like the third preseason game or the second preseason game is when you're going to see these guys the most. I don't even think that is a given anymore. Steelers scratched a bunch of guys on Thursday night in their preseason game, and we've heard this time and time again. The owners are charging full price for these tickets, and they're getting it, and they're part of season ticket packages. That is the reason why, in my mind, this won't change anytime soon. You're going to continue to see 4 preseason games because it's 2 more chances for the owners to fill their stadiums and charge parking and concessions and everything else that goes with it, to help finance this multi-billion-dollar behemoth that is the National Football League.
Yeah, it really is different with the other major league sports, baseball and basketball. Baseball exhibition games, of course, are played in sunshine in Arizona and Florida, and people are going for the experience as much as anything. And with basketball, it's a limited roster, so it's not like you can play a whole bunch of guys that aren't going to play in a regular season.
It is. And look, baseball, you're going to see guys maybe for 3 innings or something like that. Pitchers are building up. You're right. It's in different environments. Basketball, you do see some games on home courts, but you see a lot of things on neutral courts as well, where they'll go play in a college facility, or in the case of the Pelicans, whose preseason schedule was announced, they'll play 2 games in China against the Rockets, get a chance to expand the game globally. NFL, for the most part, a couple of minor exceptions, are games that are played in home stadiums, and it is different. And look, I can understand the risk of injury in football is greater than it is in basketball and baseball, and you want to be cautious of that. And you see, look, even in practice, you see it wasn't necessarily a great week on the injury front for the Saints. But you need reps in order to get ready for the season. They're just choosing to give them reps in practice instead of in the games, which, again, I guess it's a little more of a controlled situation there in practice. You're not, are we far away from the day perhaps when, the quarterbacks in the preseason are wearing the equivalent of red jerseys and it's just like touch football back there? I don't know. Maybe it is.
Stay tuned. Where Tulane and LSU are concerned, they continue to prepare themselves for the upcoming season. Tulane making an administrative hire in Scotty Rogers. And, of course, we still wait and see what's going to happen with their quarterback spot. Where LSU is concerned, they're pretty much involved in a relief effort. They're still practicing, but they've gotten heavily involved in relief. So is Southern University in Baton Rouge, and that's great to see among the many people that are reaching out and helping. The good news is that these guys are still continuing to practice and get ready for the season.
Yeah, they are. LSU going to visit one of the shelters yesterday, which was really uplifting to those people. Let's give a lot of credit out there, because it's not just LSU. LSU, being the flagship university, a top 10 football program, got a lot of national exposure for what they did yesterday. But don't forget, Nicholls State did this, went and actually put some people out there and helped a lot of these communities, try to rebuild. UL Lafayette did the same thing, because there's been a lot of damage in Lafayette and surrounding areas. You mentioned Southern, so many others, and the reach has just been tremendous in terms of the outlying areas. You saw what the University of South Carolina did. The LSU reached out and helped them 10 months ago. Now they're in turn reaching back and helping out Baton Rouge. They're going to be bringing 2 truckloads full of supplies down here on Friday. Probably may arrive late Friday, may arrive early Saturday, to try to help these people out. And, I mean, they filled that in literally a day's time.
And, of course, high school football, it's scrimmage week. And if you've been checking out SportsNOLA.com, you've been able to read about some scrimmages and also see a few highlights. Jesuit McDonough 35, Rommel H.L. Bourgeois will have some West Jefferson Bell Chase for you as well, posted Friday evening. So, as a result, you have an opportunity to check out not only highlights, but read some summaries and get ready for the season. Jamboree week is next week.
It's here already. It's Jamborees, next week, the first week of the regular season, 2 weeks away. Games on, of course, on the radio, on the web, on TV. First NBC Bank Prep Showcase getting underway 2 weeks from Friday with two teams that finished last year in the Dome, John Ehret and Riverside. Looking forward to that one.
Yeah, that's a blockbuster. Should be great. We look forward to that as well. And that's our First NBC Bank Weekend Review, brought to you by First NBC Bank with 39 locations throughout the New Orleans area and growing. That's First NBC Bank, proud sponsor of SportsNOLA.com. Have a good weekend, Lenny.
All right, we'll see you on Monday.
And you have a good weekend as well. Until Monday, God bless.